Okay, good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning
Oh,
Show.
we're
We've got the
live now.
video
Yeah.
live stream. Yeah, it's already time.
Oh,
You got to put your makeup on? What are you doing? You got to clean up your desk?
it's St. Joe Football Friday.
Oh, you didn't have that on?
No,
Oh, okay. Do you want me to turn the camera off?
no.
Okay.
I'm not taking
And you
off
got to
my
put the
shirt.
light on too.
Oh, yeah.
Put the light on.
So we didn't.
Oh, is this your surprise?
I hope it fits. I should.
You sure you're putting it on the right way?
I got my letter sweater.
Oh,
St. Joe.
look at that. Wow.
Got my letters.
Look at all that. Holy mackerel.
It's a little tight.
No, it looks great. It looks great. So
How
you were
about
the
that?
class of 86.
Yep.
Okay.
Might wear it tonight even.
What do you got? What do you got over there? Is that a little Lancer over there? What is that?
Oh,
It's a bear. It's a bear.
That's not pretty at all.
And let me see your left arm. Holy mackerel. So you got track, basketball.
I think
Wait. Football.
I think I had 9 or 10 letters at St. Joe.
Wow. Dude. What year did you first letter?
Freshman.
What sport?
Track.
Okay. So you lettered all 4 years.
Yep. And then 3 in basketball and 2 in football.
Jeez. Pop your collar. Pop your collar on
So
there.
I got. Do I do like Moody?
No, don't pop it like that.
Oh.
Just pull it out. Pull it out from here. That'll look good.
Is it better?
We'll get y'all tuned up. So no, it doesn't look better.
Fix me. It's like at home. Help me out here.
Do this. Do that.
Thank you.
That look better?
I trust you.
All right. I think that looks good. It's dark. Hey,
Well, if we got football preview today.
we do have football preview today.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's why I brought it in.
Very good. This is the surprise.
This is as good as I get.
Is there food with it?
No, there's no food with it.
No, that looks good. Brett has Brett texted me earlier this week that he had a surprise. The surprise is the football sweater
Letters,
or no, the letter sweater.
So when I was in school, we didn't do letter jackets.
Oh, you guys didn't do letter jackets?
We did letter sweaters.
I like the letter sweater a lot more.
Yeah, we wore it. You'd wear it all. So on game day, usually you would wear it.
Okay. I like that a lot. Well, thank you for wearing that. All right. Let me see. Do we have news here? Yeah, we've got news to come up here. We'll be right back on the live stream in just a moment. It is the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:03. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg, and if you haven't been listening yet, you are missing out because we are. Brett texted me earlier this week. Brett Witkowski is here. He's my co-host today, and he texted me earlier this week that he had a surprise for me. He has now unveiled the surprise. Don't say what it is, because if you were on the video live stream, you know what it is. You know what it is, and you can see what that surprise is. We may talk about it later this hour because it is pretty fun, and I know not everyone can watch the video live stream all at once. We've got I think a good day today. We may have some storms later on, but right now it's 72 degrees and cloudy in St. Joseph and in Benton Harbor. Today, mostly cloudy, warm and humid, a 50% chance of showers or thunderstorms. A high today around 87. So it's going to be gooey today. Gooey with the humidity. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that could relieve us of a little bit of that oppression from the heat. And then tonight, decreasing cloudiness and mild to low around 65. So we're gonna check the specific forecast as it updates because we've got Bears football to talk about later this hour, right?
Yeah. What time are we doing that?
You want to do that? Around 7:20?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that at 7:20. We'll preview because Brett's going to be there.
We'll be there.
He will be broadcasting live with Joel.
Correct.
Who else is going to be there?
Mike Cushman tweets out every play.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Very nice.
Because not everybody can listen at that moment.
Yeah.
But, if you're at a wedding and you want to know what's going on.
if you're at a wedding, instead of paying attention to the ceremony, just slide up your Twitter.
That's a late ceremony. This is more of a reception.
Okay.
To stay up on Bear football.
That's allowed. That's allowed.
So,
all right. So we'll have the Bears football preview coming up, and Brett is ready for it. I can tell you, I can already see that. Some of the news.
I'm in game shape.
You are in game shape. You're looking
whatever
good.
Shape that round is shape, right?
So some of the news from the WSJM newsroom this morning. This weekend is the annual Tri-State Regatta, which means you're going to see plenty of cool sailboats out on the waterways. The sailboat race will take participants from Chicago to St. Joseph to Michigan City. So hitting 3 states during this race. St. Joe River Yacht Club Vice Commodore Nick Culp tells us that the Tri-State Regatta is a highlight of the season, and he's encouraging everyone who's interested to come out and watch.
It's a popular event that is sort of the capstone of summer that I know hundreds of folks from our community look forward to each year. We'll be expecting about 100 sailboats racing in from Chicago early Saturday morning. So if you're an early riser, get out there and take a look on the water.
The arrival time for the boats specifically depends on the wind, the conditions, and of course the sailing ability. Culp says once all the boats are in, the St. Joe River Yacht Club opens its doors to the whole community for a public celebration.
The real highlight of the day for the community is our Tri-State Regatta party, which kicks off in the afternoon. We'll be doing a dinner service around 6 p.m. And then at 8:30, we'll have the popular band Libido Funk Circus kicking off on the main stage with live entertainment going until midnight.
Culp says the club is open to the public for the day, although there is a cover charge after 6 p.m. and tickets are needed for meals. The sailboats will head out on Sunday morning for their final stop, Michigan City. The race from Chicago to St. Joseph is run by the Columbia Yacht Club partnership with the St. Joe River Yacht Club. Some of the earliest competitive sailing between the historic Columbia Yacht Club and the St. Joseph Yacht Club date back to the early 1900s.
Probably some of the same boats.
Wouldn't it be cool if there were?
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
You think they bring back the old sailboats for that? We'll go down and take a look. Stephanie and I are interested. We're going to go down and take a look and the racing sailboats. That's cool. That's really cool. Other news that we're following in local law enforcement, the Berrien County Sheriff's Department is welcoming 4 new recruits now that they've completed their training academies. Sheriff Chuck Haidt tells us deputies Destiny Russell and Jacob Sherrick graduated from local corrections officer training academy at Genesee County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday, while deputies Brandon Rath and Lucas Runzer graduated from the Lake Michigan College Police Academy. That's right, the Lake Michigan College Police Academy, also on Wednesday. Those are the first police academy recruits to graduate from LMC's new program. Haidt says he's glad to have new staff on the way.
I'm very proud of all 4 of them and the hard work they put into each of the academies, and looking forward to them completing their field training officer program and continue to serve at the Sheriff's Office.
Now, the Corrections Officer Training Academy is a 160-hour program that prepares recruits for work at the county jail. The LMC Police Academy is a 16-week program that offers training to get new officers licensed through the state. Training includes physical fitness, defense tactics, criminal and constitutional law, firearms, emergency vehicle operations, and communication. That sounds just like a program to get into radio, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
I don't know.
Defensive tactics.
Does it?
Physical fitness.
Yeah.
We missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Haidt says this week's graduation at LMC was the first police academy the college has held since 1982. And Andrews University is launching a new occupational therapy doctorate program set to start next year. Such a degree can lead to a wide variety of careers in the healthcare field. Chair of the School of Rehabilitation Sciences, Kim Ferreira, says it's one of the fastest growing healthcare fields, and this was something the school had looked at doing in 2019, but then they got delayed by COVID.
There is a huge need for occupational therapists in healthcare, and we have a very strong physical therapy program, and we just have found that there's a significant need in the community for occupational therapists and felt that it was the right time for us to start.
In the program, students will be able to complete a bachelor's and doctorate degree in 6 years. Ferreira says those wanting to learn more about the program should apply early. Space is limited for the first run. To learn more, you can go to the visit the Andrews website or contact the admissions office. And finally, AAA is activating its Tow to Go service this Labor Day weekend. It's interesting. People still need that. AAA spokesperson Adrian Woodland tells us Tow to Go is a way for someone who's had too much to drink to get home safely without having to drive on the roadways.
When someone calls Tow to Go, AAA dispatches a tow truck to transport the would-be impaired driver and their vehicle to a safe location within a 10-mile radius. And the program is free and it's available to AAA members as well as non-members. Yet AAA asks that it be treated as a last resort.
Since it was started more than 25 years ago, Tow to Go has removed more than 30,000 would-be inebriated drivers from the roadways. 30,000.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well,
Woodland says
Glad it's that.
it's free. It's confidential. The program will be available from 6 p.m. tonight through 6 a.m. Tuesday. That's a hard party right there.
Yeah.
If you need it at 6 a.m. on
Sounds like
Tuesday,
that's something like you do.
you're right. To reach Tow to Go, call 855-2TOW-2GO. They got to make that number simpler. I mean, if you're drunk out there and you need a ride, you going to remember that number?
No, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just Google. No, just Google AAA if you need the ride, but the number's there. Again, the service, maybe write it down and put it in your car. 855-2TOW-2GO. Again, the service is to be regarded as a last resort. Woodland asks everyone to make plans beforehand to get a ride home if you're going to be out there drinking. And I assume this applies to drugging as well, like if you're out there with the recreational marijuana or something like that. But
Speaking of phone numbers, I wonder if the library still has where you can call in and get your story.
huh?
So St. Joe Library, I think it was St. Joe or Lincoln.
Okay.
You could call, and I thought it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have to look it up now.
Yeah.
And they read a story to you.
Aw, that's nice.
We used to do that as a kid all the time. But
I love reading stories to people. Yeah.
that's what you do.
I
all
do
day.
for a living.
Yeah.
All right. It's the WSJM morning show. It's 7:11. We've got sports coming up next. Also, Brett and I will be doing the preview of football, St. Joe football, the Bears. It's going to be this Friday. That's today. What time?
Pregame starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7.
And then we've also got the tailgate show that you can hear
Correct.
right here on WSJM. That starts at 5 o'clock.
And I'm on at 5:50, so be prepared for
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk more about that in a moment right here on WSJM.
In Major League Baseball, the LA Angels and
Okay, we got a lot to unpack there because people who are interested in St. Joe football, they're familiar with the schedule.
Correct.
They're familiar with the schedule, but there is something new for people new to the broadcast and people who are familiar with the broadcast, because at 5 o'clock tonight we will have the tailgate show, the high school tailgate.
Correction. Correct. Which is the high school version of College Game Day.
Yeah.
And so I think people are going to be pretty excited. They're actually, I talked with Ryan. I think they're setting up at 7:30
This morning?
Yeah.
Oh, we should go over there.
And
Do we have time to go over there now?
I do.
No, you got to stay here.
I do.
You do.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you do.
So they'll be setting up and looking forward to that. I think Niles has got 3 or 4 fan buses rolling in.
That's what they were talking about. So we had Ryan Cheevers come in with his crew to talk about what they're doing for game day, how they're going to bring the tailgate party
Mhm.
to the airwaves here on WSJM. They're going to be streaming it live as well on their YouTube channel, so it'll be something fun for people to see. And that is starting at 5 o'clock here on WSJM. You'll be able to hear the audio of that. But they were saying, they are looking forward to kind of the spirit, bringing
Right.
the cheer out.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, Niles had originally planned for, I think, 3 buses, and then they got 4. Who
Mhm.
knows if they have more by now?
Right.
So and they're going to be in the background. So they were encouraging St. Joe fans to also turn out so they can have that cheer fest.
I think St. Joe fans are coming early
Good.
too. I've
Okay.
talked to a few of them, and they're trying to get there by 4:30.
Okay. So that'll be fun. I mean, it just adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do a little Lee Corso tonight for the ball.
For those who don't know, Lee Corsel, go ahead.
You'll have to look it up then.
Oh, how do you spell Corsel?
Just look up College Game Day and Lee, and then you'll get what you want.
All right.
So I got
So
if Kevin Guzzo files through and what I need from him, we'll
Okay.
pull it off. Which I think he will.
there's a variable there. Let's check
Well,
in on
he'll do it.
Let's check in on what we're saying on the live stream here. Bill says, "Good morning, guys." Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
And Bill says, "I say that all the time, Brett. Round is a shape, so
It is.
you are in good shape."
I am proud of that.
And then Teresa says, "Good morning, Bill, Ken, and Brett." Good morning, Teresa. It's good to see you. Let's see. Bill says, good morning, Teresa. And then Teresa says, it was Lincoln. I remember I used to call it all the time. The Lincoln Library.
Okay.
Yeah. She says, I will try to call it and see if it works. So
Yeah, good.
she might be on the phone right now listening to a story.
But I thought it was like a simple number, like 429-1234.
Oh,
let me find out.
that's a good service. Are you going to call it right now?
Yeah. Probably somebody else's home phone now.
Oh, yeah. You're going to prank somebody else. I'm glad you're using your phone and not ours.
With the golden eggs.
Aw.
A farmer went to the nest of his goose to see whether she had laid an egg.
That is funny. So they're still doing
To
it.
his surprise,
Yep.
he found,
Okay.
instead of
Are you ready for the preview?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's 7:15, so we got to get ready
You
here.
said 7:20.
Well, we're going to be on the air here, so you better get ready.
Yeah, I got to get my notes.
Okay, there we go. We'll be right back.
It's still going to be pretty muggy and sticky today. Tonight, we'll see the clouds disappear. We'll drop down to 65 and less humid and sunny on Saturday with high temperatures near 80. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
And hey, good morning. It's Friday. It's the Friday before Labor Day weekend, and we're really excited about that. So thank you so much for tuning in right before we head out on the weekend. Just a programming note, we will be not here on Monday morning. Brett and I are taking the Labor Day off.
You told me to come.
Oh, well, you can still show up if you want to. Just don't bring the donuts. I mean, you can, but you can also bring those Tuesday. That'd be fine. But no, we'll be off for Labor Day, so we do have special programming coming in from ABC. So if you are
of our show,
no, it's not a best of our show. They're doing a. We're still looking for those
I'm
episodes.
still trying to find that segment.
But it is Friday, in the late summer, early fall, and that means football.
Yep.
It's Friday football. That's kicking off at St. Joseph High School today, and Brett Witkowski is going to be there. Joel Cordes is going to be there. Others are going to be there to call the football game play-by-play. So we're here to talk a little bit about what we can expect. But first, there's going to be that tailgate for the Friday football tailgate as well that starts at 5 o'clock tonight. So really, Friday night football has turned into Friday afternoon football forward because the community is really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing there with Little Red Fern.
Yep.
Productions. I should know the name.
Because you named them.
I named it by accident 25 years ago. They're doing like a college game day. So
Yeah.
they've got some great hosts that are be on there. One of the ladies who's a host is from the Big Ten Network.
Oh,
And so obviously she knows what she's doing.
absolutely.
And Ryan,
Coming over from Chicago. Right?
and they're setting up at 7:30. So I'll be on at 5:50. They'll have a whole host of things going on leading up, or 5:50. Yeah. I know St. Joe Niles coaches will be on like 5:14, 5:18.
Okay.
And then we do our pregame at 6:30. I do my interview with Coach Prattley at 5:10 today. And it should be fun. St. Joe Niles, it's the 16th most played rivalry in the history of the state of Michigan.
16th most played rivalry.
102. This will be 102nd meeting between the two schools.
Okay.
St. Joe, long history. They're the 10th winningest program in the history of the state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got a Niles program that really was a doormat for about 20 to 30 years.
Okay.
And they hired Coach Shaw, who had been coached at Three Rivers and won a state title. And he has brought back the Viking football like no one expected.
Oh.
I mean, they had their first 10-win season last year. St. Joe Niles opened up last season down at Niles, and Niles rolled St. Joe. It was 55-0.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 49-0 at half.
Ouch.
And they went on and beat teams that they had not beaten in a long time. The one team that they still have in their schedule they want to beat, which they've only done, I think, once ever, is Lakeshore. And they've got them second week. But St. Joe comes back. They've got 71 players on varsity.
Okay. And how many of those are coming back from last year?
38.
Wow.
All 11 offensive
That's
starters
a seasoned
are back.
team.
Yep. 8 defensive starters.
Does Niles have anything to stack up against that?
Yeah, they do. Niles has a lot coming back. It wasn't a one-and-done thing.
All right.
And so St. Joe, strength is probably going to be their offensive line, probably the best since Coach Prattley's been there. They've three of the guys are 3-year starters.
Okay.
And so, St. Joe, a lot of times it's running back by committee. And what I mean by that is, and you've seen this even at the professional level, they don't just have one running back anymore. They try to have at least a couple, because you get hit hard every single play.
Yeah.
Every time you touch the ball, you get hit hard. And high school football still is a predominantly running game. So St. Joe will probably have 3 running backs they go to this season. Quarterback, I think, will probably be Chapman, who split time last year, but from what I heard has gotten stronger, which is always key. And then St. Joe did well in their scrimmages. They're up in the Lansing area last week, and they did well. They took 5 buses of players, which was equal to all the other schools combined. Now, at the end of the day, you only need 11 on the field.
Yeah.
But it does make practice competitive when you have that many players.
I'd say.
And Coach Pratley, a lot of coaches at the bigger schools, let's say Division IV and higher, try to have as many starters on offense and defense so they can rest them, so they can talk to them. And St. Joe's really, because of the numbers and because I think they have good enough athletes, are able to really start 20 to 22 different players.
Jeez.
Which is, a lot of schools don't have that. You know, your good athletes playing all the plays.
Yeah. All that's going through my mind right now is 8-man football. and what the challenges they deal with.
Totally different.
And then here you've got, this is like professional football.
You're right. This is like college.
Yeah.
If you look at St. Joe, and I've got the Dave Wolf's preview, I'll show you St. Joe's photograph. All the coaches, they have more coaches than some 8-man players have team players. And so you nailed it. I mean, Ken, the difference between 8-player football and 11-player football is astronomical.
Wow.
In how the programs are run. And when we do the coaches show, you can hear that too. Because the 8-player coach does pretty much everything. The 11-player coach does a lot, but he has a lot of assistants that can get into the details.
Yeah, we're previewing the game tonight, St. Joe Niles. It's happening at St. Joe High School, and Brett's going to be there with Joel Cordes. They'll be calling the play-by-play. The pregame starts for that at 6:30 tonight. We will have the tailgate program. That starts at 5 o'clock, so that'll go from 5 to 6. We've got news in there as well, and then the pregame for the St. Joe game starts at 6:30. This preview is brought to you by Laser Graphics. What else are we watching for in the game tonight?
You know, I think with the first game, it's just how different it is than from practice.
Yeah.
Some, like in schoolwork, sometimes there's people who do great in testing and don't do so good. It's the same thing in sports. Sometimes you have great practice players that don't perform well, and then you get guys who are like, man, I hope they play decent. And then it's like in the game, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And that and turnovers and penalties make a big difference at this level.
How's the fan interaction going to be? If Niles is bringing 4, maybe 5 school buses of fans, does that have a
challenge
effect?
St. Joe to be vocal? I mean, that's at times I think St. Joe fans are not as vocal as they should be.
Yeah.
But
so you're saying come on out to the game.
Come out and show up. I don't think I've seen this. What I think could possibly be this big a crowd for a first game in 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
And
how many can Dickinson hold?
5,500.
Okay.
Which is like, I think 500 more than the old stadium. I think when they built it was like 100 more in Lakeshore. It's just, there's always that competition.
Yeah.
Our scoreboard is bigger than yours. We hold 5 more people than you.
Wow. Friday Night Lights.
It's fun, though. It's fun.
Any other games that we'll be watching around the region this evening?
I do want to backtrack. We will have Mama Graziano cookies, too.
Really?
I did confirm that. Yeah.
Oh, Mama Graziano cookies. Those, I can attest personally, are the best cookies I've ever had.
Yeah, and I will bring you one.
Thank you.
Maybe.
You don't have to do that.
Okay, I won't.
Well, you can.
And then actually, Coach Graziano, who's on St. Joe staff, whose mom makes the cookies, asked if we could help pick the Graziano cookie player of the game for him.
Oh, that's cool.
So
what is that?
We'll do that off the air.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll pick. I'll tell who we think it.
Yeah,
should
because
be.
Brett brought us Mama Graziano cookies last year, and those are fantastic. They were just amazing.
They are. If you own a Frisbee,
yeah,
they're about the
huge.
same size.
They are.
But she
not
makes
for
them.
long though.
That's a good point.
Because you eat them.
Yeah,
I eat them.
Oh, I share them.
Yeah,
I share some sometimes.
They're good.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Life is short, and you get these moments like this. It's just you got to sit back and go, "This is cool." It's still a game.
Yep,
and it's still about kids.
Yeah.
And the one thing you'll hear from us, Phil and I had this from day one. If there's a penalty on the game, we're not going to say who it is.
Oh, okay.
Because if it's an offensive lineman, guess that's the only time he gets his name mentioned.
Oh, okay.
And we just never have done that. A lot of schools have gone to where the referee is mic'd up now, like college and pro, and they are announcing who it is on. And I just,
why don't you like them mentioning that?
So I think at this level, at this age, especially with social media, can you imagine on what would have been a touchdown winning run and number 65 gets called for holding and you lose because, that's what people are going to focus on.
Oh, people forget that it's a team, not just one individual or one play.
And they're high school kids.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel
okay.
it's necessary. Phil
I
and
respect
I always both. Yeah. We've only announced one person with one penalty ever. And that was a kid from another, took swings, started punching.
Okay.
And he got kicked out of the game, got suspended by the school. So he did get his name announced.
I would argue just don't mention his name either. I don't know.
It was 20 years ago.
All right, fine.
That's when we were at a game one time. The sprinklers kicked on.
Oh, no.
In the middle of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Home or away?
It was away at Dowagiac.
Okay.
I do remember that. We were like, what the?
Other regional games that we should be keeping an eye on?
Lakeshore is hosting Grand Haven, which Grand Haven's Division I school. If they win that, which I think they should, Grand Haven's coming off, I think, 2 back-to-back 1-8 seasons. That gives them what's called a lot of power playoff points.
Okay.
Which will help them if they get into the playoffs and if they host or not. We're going to be doing bonus game.
Okay.
I think is tonight with WSJM with Sean.
Oh, Sean Robinson,
Yep,
right?
our-
WSJM's Sean Robinson. He's in our newsroom, but he also has an affinity for sports, and in fact, he just launched his podcast that you helped with and helped setting him up with some of the contacts. It's called The Player's Voice, and so really, it's unlike anything that we've done before on this, where we're talking to a couple of the players, maybe the coach before the game, to ask them what they're looking forward to. And we talk about on the field, off the field, whatever. It's all fair game. It's about a 17-minute podcast. This one is. And it's currently up on our website, WSJM.com. It's called The Player's Voice with Sean Robinson.
And I think it's great that SGM's allowing it. We'd love to cover more, but we just can't, right?
Yeah.
But we do have other schools that would love to have some coverage. And so the first week, we were the plan was to have Sean watch us.
Yep.
And then the athletic director at Bangor said, hey, we'd love to have you guys. And so I checked with Sean. He's like, hey, I'll go.
Yeah.
So he went up to Bangor. So we'll be doing Bangor. And I apologize. I don't know who they play, but they are hosting. They play.
It's like
football.
Battle something.
Oh, Battle Creek, St. Philip.
Yep, that is correct.
And then next week we have what could, regardless of 8-player or 11-player football, might be the premier matchup in the state of Michigan. Martin, which is defending state champ, playing Bridgman, which is 133 in a row. We'll be down at Bridgman next week. So we've got the schedule. We'll be getting Benton Harbor on 4 or 5 times, Bering Springs 3 or 4 times, Buchanan, Brandywine, Bridgman, and we'll have quarter reports from Sean, which I think, and as you said, I think talking to those players and coaches ahead of time is cool.
Yeah, so the Sean Robinson is going to be out in the field and reporting back during quarters, halftime, whatever. Whenever you get a report, he'll let you know, and then you guys will play it during the game.
Yeah, we'll play it when we get our breaks.
Okay, and don't feel bad about sending him to football because he loves it. I asked him about this too, and he said, it used to be if it's Friday night, I'm at a football game.
Right.
I just love being there.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to those reports as well, and we'll look forward to your play-by-play. And color reports from you and Joel. That'll be a lot of fun. And the game tonight. And we'll talk to you on, we're not going to talk to you on Monday.
Well, I tell you what, if you're looking for something that's
Tuesday morning, maybe I can get you.
You can call me.
Okay.
If you're looking for something that's unbiased, wrong station. I will just tell you that right now. It is.
Okay.
I know we're unbiased on news,
yes,
but not Friday night football for St. Joe.
All right,
that's the other stations.
That's your high school football preview, sponsored by Laser Graphics, and they'll bring it to you every Friday this football season. We'll look forward to it.
They do great work.
They do great work.
I've used them.
Yeah, there you go, Laser Graphics. All right, we'll be back with more in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis.
That's a lot of fun. And okay, let's talk about your Letterman's sweater.
Sure.
So this is the surprise that you brought me this morning.
Yep.
and no food, but that's all right. You're going to bring me Mama Graziano's at some point.
I'll bring you a cookie Tuesday.
Oh,
or no. Well,
you can bring one Tuesday if you want.
I'll be at work already. So a week from Monday, which might be it for me on Monday.
Whenever it works out for you.
Yeah. Well, how about you stop by Coach's Show? I'll have one for you.
That would require me getting out of the house on Saturday morning.
Which I've done before.
I have done before. I've enjoyed the Coach's Show. I like the Coach's Show. We'll see. Saturday morning, Stephanie and I have already talked about going down to see the Tri-State Regatta.
Well, on your way there.
Well, I'd have to go that way and then that way, and we don't know what time the boats are going to come in.
They come in all morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll work it out.
If you want one, you know where it's at.
All right. Thank you.
Maybe. Might want to text me ahead of time. Make
See if
sure
you've eaten it yet. Yeah. All right. It's 7:30, almost 7:31. We'll get back to our news here in just a moment. But talk about your Letterman sweater there.
Well, I thought we'd be doing the St. Joe preview, bring up a little different. So
I like it.
I actually, we have this in the back closet. Thanks to Amy. She takes care of it.
Yeah.
And
is it a cedar closet? I don't see any moth holes in that thing. It looks good.
So off the back of our kitchen, we have, I think they call it mudroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And so that's where
it's in the mudroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I keep my shorts and t-shirts and gym bag and coolers. And we have, Amy had.
Must be close to the laundry.
Yeah, laundry is off the
because your gym bag's there.
Yeah. Laundry's
probably stinky.
I do all the laundry. I take care of it.
Good. Excellent.
I do it. Yeah, we actually have backstairs. They said was like for the maid back in the day.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You have an old coal chute and everything? We've got one, and it's currently walled off by stairs on the outside. The outside,
correct.
There's a little thing a door that's supposed to open, but somebody built stairs down it, so you can't ever get into it.
We still have, I think, the oil tank downstairs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's okay. I to get it. I mean, the only way to get it out, cut it all up.
Yeah, that'd be a pain.
That might
then you might expose other stuff.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So
you could. I think I've seen on Instagram you can cut a hole in the side and make shelves out of it. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, really?
No, I'm just making it up.
Our basement is very organized.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Michigan basement, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's got dirt?
No. But the short ceilings and
okay.
At one point, I think it was a Michigan basement.
Okay, and they walled it.
Yeah.
Okay, insulated and that kind of stuff. Although, yeah, we've got they're not that short. They're probably 8 foot.
No, mine is 6.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you probably hit your head a lot on there.
Not anymore.
Don't go down there.
For whatever reason, the doorway into the bathroom is 6 feet.
Oh, you know what? I think the ceiling downstairs is probably 7 feet. It's probably 7 feet.
Oh, and I have hit my head on that one.
Yeah.
Especially when we moved in there.
Yeah. So this weekend, you're dog sitting. You're going to do the Coach's Show on Saturday morning. We should talk about that and promote that. What else? Anything else?
Yeah.
Taking it easy?
Church.
Do church on Sunday.
Yard work.
Okay.
Watch them side.
Oh, yeah.
Put the gutters. The gutters are off.
Let's see.
Wrap the poles. Call
right.
story time.
Yeah, which works, by the way.
Chuck Height and his wife, they're going up.
Bill says, I hope Benton Harbor has a good season.
And they lost 56-0 last night, Bill.
Oh, really? They played last night and it's 56-0?
Lawton's very good, though.
Oh, man. All right, let's talk about that in a second. We got to get back. Hold on.
Still sees this revised guidance as achievable. Inflation in focus on Wall Street today. Closely watched inflation number comes out at 8:30 Wall Street time. And a warning from the Fed about how inflation's still with us. Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta President Raphael Bostic says the rate of price gains has come down substantially from the 2022 peak, but levels recently are still far from the central bank's 2% goal. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:34, and we'll have ABC News coming up in just a moment right here. And thanks for joining us for the preview of The football that's happening this evening, St. Joe Niles, that game is promising to be exciting. And Brett will be there with Joel Cordes. They'll be presenting the play-by-play and the color commentary of that football game. Again, our preview brought to you by Laser Graphics. You mentioned that there were some games last night because of the Labor Day weekend, including Benton Harbor. What happened there?
Benton Harbor lost to what is a very good Lawton team. They actually won the Lawson State Championship a couple years ago. But we got a bunch of scores here.
No, you can go through them if you want to.
Yeah, tweeting them out there for WSJM last night.
Yeah.
Twin City Sharks, which is a combination of a lot of schools. They played up at Fenville. They won 62-24.
Okay.
Not unusual to have high-scoring games in 8-player football.
Okay.
Portage Central, which is supposed to win the SMAC conference, got beat up pretty bad by East Lansing.
Wow.
31-7. Dowagiac up in South Haven, 21-11. Just give me a second here. I'm trying to catch up and
run through some of the games that were played last night because Labor Day weekend. Some high schools decided we're not going to play on Friday because people want to do their holiday barbecue and stuff like that. But
yeah, that was, I would say 10, 15 years ago. You saw a lot of schools kind of move that way.
Yeah.
And coaches, I don't think necessarily love it, but they get outvoted by whatever the administration says.
Any other scores? You want to hold them? Because I got news to get to.
You go to news first.
All right, we'll go to news. It's WSJM Morning Show. More in a moment.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. In her first interview since the Democratic nomination, Vice President Kamala Harris making her case on CNN.
Ours is a fight for the future. And it is a fight for freedom. Like the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body.
And it seems that former President Trump is softening his stance on abortion, at least in his home state of Florida, telling NBC News he's not for the current ban on abortions after just 6 weeks.
I think the 6 week is too short. It has to be more time.
And Trump now saying he supports mandating insurance companies pay for IVF procedures. 3 Dallas cops shot by a suspect overnight. At least one of the officers did not survive. Dallas police are saying that the suspect was fatally shot by officers about 25 miles north of the city after a road chase. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And thanks for joining us on the Friday edition of the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Brett Witkowski is my co-host today, and it's 72 degrees and cloudy pretty much all around southwest Michigan this morning. We've got, 70 degrees in Dowagiac, but everywhere else is reporting 72 right now. And we're heading toward a high today of 87 degrees, and it's still going to be humid. Warm and humid, gooey, as Brett likes to call it, a 50% chance of showers, thunderstorms, mostly cloudy. Southwest winds are going to be 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming northwest, and that's that change in the wind patterns that's going to bring us some cooler temperatures. We may see some storms, though, as we mentioned in the forecast. Decreasing clouds tonight and mild conditions. Hopefully that hangs around for game time. Low around 65, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and less humid. A high around 83, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. After that, let's talk about Sunday and Monday. Mostly sunny and very mild. That's what it says in the forecast.
Good mowing weather.
Very mild. Not just mild conditions, but very mild. What is very mild? I mean, it can be mild. What's the difference between mild and very mild?
Postcard mild.
Like not even the leaves aren't even daring to rustle.
That might be laying on the hammock weather.
And sleeping on the hammock. You lay me down in a hammock, I'm done. 78 degrees for a high on Sunday, 75 degrees for a high on Monday. And it's leaving the window open overnight weather too, because the lows are going to be 58 on Sunday, and the low will be, they say, down to 50 on Monday and Tuesday.
Nice.
That is perfect sleeping weather. We'll get to more news. We've got a state news roundup here in just a moment. And let's see what else. Make sure I'm playing the right thing here. We've got sports from Dave Wolf, and we've got a lot more to talk about in terms of what Brett is wearing today. We haven't talked about that on the air today, but that was the surprise. You texted me earlier this week. There was a surprise. I just gave away that you're wearing something. You want to talk about it now? We can talk about some more scores.
We did the St. Joe football preview, so I thought
we might as well.
Thought I'd break out the St. Joe football sweater from
This
back
isn't
in
just
the day.
yeah, this isn't just any sweater or any letter sweater. This is Brett Witkowski's letter sweater.
And it still fits.
And
kind of.
it still fits. And it's a good thing it's a dark color because it doesn't know it. It looks good.
Yeah, it's in great shape.
Yeah, and it fits
40
you
years
well.
old. Yeah.
No, it's doing good. Yeah, it doesn't look uncomfortable at all.
No.
But if you've seen the letter sweater on the right arm, you've got the letter of the high school and the year that you're graduating, or not the letter, but the mascot, the bear is on the sleeve. But you also have the year you graduated. And on the left sleeve is where most people probably have 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 if they're lucky, or if they're hardworking, letter patches. Your patch looks like it ran out of room. Your
It
sleeve,
takes the full arm.
your sleeve ran out of room, and that's probably not even all the places you lettered.
I think it is.
Let's
My
see,
mom
how many
mailed-
footballs you have on there? 1, 2, 3. I see 3 footballs.
My mom mailed so design.
You might be missing a 4th football somewhere.
Maybe.
Anyway,
So
so
no,
yeah,
I
you
was
got
fortunate.
patches. So if you're on the video live stream, you can see the letter sweater for Brett Witkowski, and he wore that special for our game day preview today.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Brett.
we didn't do letter jackets back in the day. We did letter sweaters.
I lettered in a sport. Did you know this?
What?
I
ball-
lettered.
What ball sport did you letter?
There was no ball involved. You come on. I mean, you've got stuff on your sleeve there. Look at that.
Oh, you did track?
No, I didn't.
Cross country.
Nope.
Swimming.
Nope. We didn't have a swimming pool in my town. We had the canal. We used to swim in the canal.
Was that as good as the
Wrestling.
French? Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it was in wrestling. And before you go too far on that,
No, I think it's great. That is one tough sport.
wait a second. I wrestled I think at least 2 matches, and then I had to go for surgery for a bone thing. And then I served the rest of my time as manager, so I lettered as manager of the
That's all right.
wrestling team. I still wanted to participate.
I've had some great managers who I valued as much as the players and coaches.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
really got to hang out with the team and everything
Exactly.
else.
The,
Yeah.
the only thing when I get a manager, I'm real clear: you are not their servants.
Oh,
The
absolutely
players.
not.
You're here to do what we ask you to, not pick up after.
You're a
them.
good coach.
And I make sure the players understand she's not here to pick up after you or eat.
Yeah, yeah.
They're here to help us get better.
Good.
Treat them like a player.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're
Oh,
a good coach.
I've had great managers.
Yeah. So that was my one and only letter.
It's okay.
But I tried out for, I did baseball, I did some football. So, sports ball. All right. We've got more.
Foosball.
I did not try out for the school foosball team. I was on the golf team too, the high school golf team. So there.
That's the sport they would not let me play. I can only throw a club so many times.
It's Friday. It's the WSJM morning show. We're having a lot of fun. We'll be right back.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. A boat capsized on Lake Michigan near.
All right. Not only was I on the golf team, Brett.
Yeah.
I had a perm at the time.
I can see that. Guess what I never had?
Hair?
Perm.
Oh.
I had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't golf. I just
Yeah.
My oldest daughter loves it. Her and her husband, but
Oh, really?
and she played college golf.
College golf.
At Albion.
Now you're getting
and they
serious.
Play, and they play from the black tees.
Oh, geez. The championship tees.
I'm like, whoa, that scares me.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I still have my clubs are 25 years old. I use them once a year, whether I have to or not.
Only once?
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't used them yet this year, so
Neither have I. I haven't used mine in a couple of seasons, and I do enjoy golf. My grandfather, the same one that got me into computing, was the one that gave me his first set of golf clubs, and I really enjoyed it. And I now have my own. I'm on my second set of golf clubs, and I really enjoy it. The boys have enjoyed it. The unfortunate thing around here is we've lost driving ranges. We still have like one, maybe two.
yeah, you have to go to
One and
Harbor
a half.
Shores or something like that.
Well, you can't go to Harbor Shores because it's very expensive. Can't go
Go to
very
driving range too.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's like $41. Yeah,
If I can take the balls with me, I'd be okay.
right.
Yeah.
Fill up the golf bag, but
My problem is I need to have clubs made for my height.
how tall are you?
6'5".
Okay.
So I'm left-handed. I bought a set from my cousin who's
Oh,
left-handed.
you're left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's like 5'10".
Okay.
So I bend over a lot, and it's just people are like, that looks awkward. I'm like, well, it feels awkward.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's not good.
Maybe when I retire, I'll just go buy a set or have a set made to fit my height.
Yeah, you
That
should.
might help.
I mean, if you're serious about golf, you should have a set fit for you.
I agree.
Because the way you swing, it's I don't know if it's natural or not. It feels unnatural at times, but the way you hit has a lot of power in it. And if you do it wrong, or if you do it wrong, you can hurt your lower back, and that's the last thing you need when you're especially getting seasoned like we are.
I felt seasoned last night. And
last night you were reffing.
Refereeing. I did the Edwardsburg John Glenn JV game. It was seasoned out there. It was 86. I was stiff. I'm like, mother.
Are you taking jobs from younger kids who could be refereeing?
No, you know what was interesting?
What's that?
On this crew,
yeah.
So it was a 5-person crew. I was the second most veteran referee, and I've only been. This is my second year back.
Oh, really?
There was one gentleman had been there. He's done it a number of years. He was a head referee.
Everyone know what they're doing out there?
Yeah, we had 3 first-year referees. One from St. Joe, one from Benton Harbor, and one from Dowagiac. And no, I thought honestly for first game we lined up wrong a couple times on kickoff. But I thought the calls were all really good calls.
Good.
I was very impressed with everybody.
Checking our comments here. Teresa says, I like your shirt, Brett.
Thanks.
Yes. Thank you, Teresa. Bill says, Benton Harbor, good season. Well, we talked about their score there. Let's see. Oh, Teresa says our basement is haunted. Ooh, really?
Fun.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Did Teresa call story time?
Do you know? Did you call story time? Because Brett did, and he heard something about the goose and the golden egg, I think.
That was pretty cool.
And let's see. Teresa says, my nephew is in wrestling. He likes it. Yeah, wrestling was good. Wrestling was fun. The thing that always cracked me up is people trying to make weight, wearing plastic bags. That's what we did back then. I never had that issue, but because I wasn't close to, I think I was in the 148.
Yeah, they don't allow that anymore.
Oh, they don't allow it. Good.
So
the space suits and the spitting and everything else is crazy.
If I remember right, and if you're a wrestler out there, correct me. I think you have to weigh in beginning of the season, and you can only go so many pounds either way of that.
And then what happens? You just disqualified from until you get back in the range?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you can't be.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, because
silly things.
You're right. There was people who wear these, and that's just not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be wearing the crazy suits that
Black
don't let
suits.
your body breathe, and working out, and boy, those things got ripe after a while.
That is one tough sport, though.
Yeah, it was good. And my memorable match was I was wrestling somebody and I was doing quite well, but the coach told me before I went in that this person was deaf, and so they wouldn't be able to hear the referee's whistles. And so I had that in my mind, and we, as you do, you had several matches going on at the same time. I heard a whistle, and I don't know. I still to this day I don't know if it was the one from my mat or somebody else's. So I stopped, and my opponent
you up.
boom, reversal and pin.
Michigan Lutheran football 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Played Flint School of Deaf in 8-player football.
Oh, okay.
And that was very just interesting to watch how those young men function, not hearing, playing football.
Yeah, it's got to be a whole different
plays
thing.
And the penalties and the referees.
Yeah,
and I can't remember what the symbol was for applause for deaf. I apologize, but
okay.
They didn't have a lot of fans, and they didn't necessarily play well, but they did score, and the Michigan Lutheran fans were very gracious about it.
Good.
I can't remember the symbol for applause.
Okay, we'll look it up. All right, it's 7:49. We've got to get to the Moody on the Market update. It's coming up here. Boy, this hour has flown by. We'll be back in a moment with more.
$5 Oil Change Club. $25 oil changes for 7 years or 100,000 miles. It's unprecedented in recent history, and it's happening now at Signature Dealer Group. The Great Big Tag Sale. Signature Dealer Group, Napier and Union, Benton Harbor, and 24/7 at signaturedealergroup.com.
Becoming mostly cloudy today. We'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially late afternoon, early evening. High temperatures will get into the low to mid 80s. It's still going to be pretty muggy and sticky today. Tonight, we'll see the clouds disappear. We'll drop down to 65 and less humid and sunny on Saturday with high temperatures near 80. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Next hour at 8 o'clock, or a little after 8 o'clock, we'll invite Mike Weibel to come back in and join us with Baird Financial to talk a little bit about some financial things that are rattling around in his head, some of the current issues. Oh, speaking of finances, did you see the one of the economic indicators was revised upward?
Gross domestic
GDP.
Yep.
GDP was revised upward. And again, that's a normal thing. But when the Fed is looking at these things like employment situation and how the economy is doing as far as what consumers are paying in prices or how the economy is functioning, to have another revision like that shows, oh, well, the economy might be overheating. Again, these numbers mean things. And so,
but they have talked about cutting that Fed rate so much
and have not done it
in September.
Right. It's already built in.
But they don't. Yeah. If they don't do it, then it does send it into a free for all, I think.
Yeah.
I don't see how they can't.
Oh, they will. Absolutely they will. Yeah. They won't mess with it.
They've been talked into it
at this point. Well, they should have done it probably a while ago.
You think so?
Well, I think so because everything's so expensive.
I agree.
And those expenses just keep getting passed on and on and on and on. There's no relief for anybody. Let's talk about the Moody on the Market update, though, because we do know about that. Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And talking about Holt Bossy, they're celebrating 10 years. And they celebrated bringing on Dan Clements, becoming a co-owner there. We got the news of that yesterday. It's been a big year of growth and change at Southwest Michigan-based marketing firm Holt Bossy. The firm has commemorated its 10-year anniversary and welcomed a new partner. Holt Bossy named veteran experienced designer Dan Clements as Chief Creative Officer and welcomed him aboard the ownership team alongside company founders Dave Holt and Patrick Bossy. In this new role, Clements will lead the creative team in inspiring bold visions, producing high-quality material, and guiding the company's growing staff and client base. And what they say is Dan is both highly creative and highly technical with a wide range of experiences that would be beneficial to any company. That's according to Dave Holt, Holt Bossy Chief Technical Officer and co-owner. He said his passion for exploring new ideas is a perfect fit for the company's plan to always be on the front end of the innovation curve. And I have worked personally with Dan Clements. He's a quality individual, and I've really appreciated my time working with him when he was at Whirlpool Corporation in the design studios there. And it was just always fun to work with him, and always fun to see what kind of shoes he was wearing.
That's cool.
Yeah, he does the shoe thing.
His thing.
Yeah, his shoes.
That's cool.
Yeah, so if you ever look at Dan, take a look at his shoes and see what he's wearing. It'll spark a story. That is your Moody on the Market update for today. If you want to read that full article, because there's more to it, it's right there at moodyonthemarket.com. The Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Targets.
You look like you wanted to say something there.
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Got nothing to say.
Don't be so quiet.
Just kind of going over my stuff for football.
What are you going over? What do you have there? What do you use to prep for your football stuff?
I have my all-time coaching records that I keep, and I've kept for 35 years in research. So,
I mean, what categories do we have in the coaching records? What are we looking at? Wins, losses, what else?
Losses, where they at, how many seasons. I got St. Joe's all-time record. Next year, they'll play their 1,000th game, which is a lot.
St. Joe?
Yeah.
When?
Next season.
Oh, wow. Next season.
Tonight will be game 984.
Okay.
The record on turf, record on grass, record in the new Dickinson Stadium, record in playoffs, record by month.
Wow.
So
how does that how do you use that? Is that a predictive?
No.
Is that a leading indicator of what they're going to do? Are you just looking for some interesting stuff to throw out and wow the fans?
Just more history. That's
Okay.
all. That's
Okay.
like what their non-conference record is. So in August, St. Joe all time is 20-10. Not a lot of games played in August.
Okay.
Non-conference.
So
one,
what
four.
trends are they looking at as they come into tonight's game against
Now they
Niles?
lost their last 2 season openers.
Okay.
2 years ago, they played at Ferris State in a neutral game. I can't remember if it was Traverse City. I can't remember the name of the school. Did not play well there at all.
Hmm.
Then last year, did not play well at all at Niles. So
Yeah.
hopefully they get that fixed today.
Okay.
Lakeshore is the all-time winningest program in terms of percentage. St. Joe's number 3.
Okay. Very nice. Those are
So,
good.
I just like that. I just
Those are
keep
good
it in-
stats. And in addition to Mama Graziano's cookies, what other food items are going to be in the booth tonight?
Are we allowed to name other companies?
If you want to.
Okay, so St. Joe always gets a Silver Beach pizza.
Nice.
Which actually I have a person that watches the delivery person come up the stairs.
What does that mean? Why do you like to protect them to make sure they get up there?
That we get some.
Oh, okay.
We get the first pie. So Mike Cushman does our tweeting for us. Is that what they still call it on X? Twitter?
Sure. Yeah, they just
He's like, it's here.
Okay.
So we watch. He doesn't come by our booth anymore. He goes the other direction now. So, and a little disappointed in that, but that's okay. The table's that direction, so I kind of get it. So those are the main things.
Okay.
When Phil and I did the games together at Benton Harbor, Phil always, I don't care what sport it was, would get 2 Polish dogs.
Oh,
that's what Benton Harbor concession stand is.
We'll be
known
right
for.
back. Hang on.
WSJM.
Where? When? Now?
26 minutes.
In 26 minutes? Oh. Well, see, get ready. Get ready for the rain. Yeah, we do have that in the forecast, just in case.
Well, it is a little dry out there.
It is dry, and we're going to remain probably dry as we begin fall. What's your yard looking like? Do you have a lot of leaves that fall down in your yard?
We have one tree.
Got to get more trees.
I don't have room for them.
Oh, okay.
Our yard it's doing okay, but it's getting beat up with all the siding and work.
The forecast for today, we'll talk about your siding in a second. Mostly cloudy, warm and humid, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we'll look outside. It doesn't look like it's raining yet, but you said in 26 minutes we might see some rain. High today of 87. You almost brought what?
The orange truck today.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Glad I didn't. Yeah, I'll bring it next Friday.
If the weather holds out, bring it and we'll do a photo shoot by it.
Okay.
Southwest winds 10 to 15, becoming northwest. That change in the direction of the weather, wind that is going to bring a change in the weather. Decreasing cloudiness and mild tonight, a low around 65, and northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm and less humid, high of 83, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, we've got 2 minutes until ABC News. Let's talk just a moment about your siding project. What are we on? When did it start?
Second
what was the
week
date?
of July.
Oh, hey, come on in, Mike.
Second week of July. What's up, Michael?
Hello, sir.
So second week of July.
Yep. And I told you 2 months.
Well, I think what you said was 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, which is
that it could be 6 to 8 weeks. So the last time I checked, if you divide
got rain
6,
coming too.
if you divide 6 by 2, that gives you 3. 3 weeks plus 3 weeks. That does not equal 2 months. We now have a numbers guy in here.
So I said 6 to 8. So that means
I don't think you said the 8 part. Maybe you mumbled that part.
They've been doing a great job. They work hard. How they climb up there is
percentage wise, how far are they done? How percentage wise, how far are they along?
I'm gonna say 80.
80%. And we're now at the 8-week mark. Maybe we're at the 7-week mark.
Yeah,
we're probably at the 7-week mark.
I'm good with it.
And you're paying them by the nail, right?
Yeah, they don't get paid till it's done, so they hustle.
Oh, okay.
They've done a great job.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Can't wait to come. I'll drive by and see it sometime.
Yeah,
Someday.
whatever.
Someday I will.
It's
Mike
not like
Weibel.
it's out of your way either.
Mike Weibel with Bear Financial is here, and he'll be joining us next hour to talk a little bit about some financial things. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. I just want to say that this morning I almost wore my Lakeshore basketball jersey.
Did you?
I did. And I thought that would be offensive and obnoxious to do so. And then I walk in and I see this old tattered St. Joe Bears thing he's got on with. It's got more stripes on the side than
the
So
rivalry.
he's got so much going on his sleeve on this thing. It's like he's a candy striper.
I want like this.
That's the Lakeshore St. Joe rivalry. We'll have to come back and talk about that in a moment. It's WSJM. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Kamala Harris participating in her first interview since the Democratic nomination on CNN on the historic phone call.
Hang on. Okay.
I know. I see him.
Now you can say goodbye. Oh, you're taking it off?
Yeah.
We're not. I haven't turned the stream off
That's
yet.
okay.
Wait, because I don't want to see anyone see your
There's
belly or
nothing
anything like
to
that.
see.
All right.
Get it?
I'm covered.
So Mike Weibel made you take off the sweater. Is that what
Peer
happened?
pressure.
Okay.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike, thanks for joining us this morning. You want to say a quick word to the folks on the video live stream before we say goodbye to them?
Yeah, good morning, everyone, especially anybody that I know. I don't know who's on there that I know, but I tried to get on this morning and had trouble getting on, by the way. So
What do you mean getting
the
on?
live stream
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where were you trying to get through? YouTube or Facebook?
through Facebook.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
so everybody's on. I commend you.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everyone. Labor Day weekend. Enjoy yourself. We enjoy you. We'll see you back on Tuesday. Monday, we'll have special programming from ABC because we're going to recognize the holiday. We'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.